What is up, guys? It is Marcus from Perspective Sports, and today we'll be discussing the XFL and my initial impressions of the opening weekend. And before we get into it, I'll be honest, I was a bit skeptical. When I saw the rule changes and how they were going to actually play the game, I was a bit skeptical. I thought it would deviate just a little bit too far from the football that we know and love. But after watching it, I'm all in. I'm the biggest believer now because when you look at it, it's fresh. It's interesting. It's spring football, and it's fast paced. And for lack of a better term, 'cause I was trying to think of something else, but it's a great change of pace because there's not a commercial break after everything like there is in the NFL. And I understand you got to make your money. You got to get the commercial. You got to get your money. But the XFL is just a lot more fast paced than the NFL. And the point number one being is because there's so many mics everywhere. And I saw this last year with the Premier Lacrosse League and their debut league. And it's really cool to see other leagues adopting it because it gives you a lot more raw emotion. It gives you a lot more access to the players. And so you can't really go to commercial when, there's an injured player on the ground and we can actually hear him interact with the medical team. Or there's an interception, but we can actually interview them after the interception, or the kicker misses a kick instead of going to commercial because it's a change of possession. What happened there? You fat-footed it. I mean, it's just stuff like that. It makes it a whole lot more interesting. And then when you look at halftime, the halftimes are quick. I mean, they're not all day. They're in the locker room. They're out the locker room. I'm surprised they even leave the field because by the time you get there, it's time to play ball. And so it's just a whole different game. And when you see that the technology they use, the skill position players, they have the headsets in their helmets, so you don't have to huddle up. You don't have to do the conventional huddle in the XFL. The plays dead, Rover 25, blast right. Everybody knows what they're supposed to do. And then you can hear the coaches interact. You can hear the coaches call the plays, which again, I don't know how I feel about because I don't know. I don't know about that one. But it's really interesting to see. And so you can hear the defensive play caller call his. You can hear the offensive play caller call his play. And so it just adds a whole nother dimension to the game. It's super fun. I mean, when there's something happens on the field and they go to the booth, you can hear the booth interact with the officials. You can see what they're looking at. Okay, pause it there. Okay, okay. You're telling me it's a catch. Oh, yes, it's a catch. Okay, give me the down and distance. Okay, I'm going to announce it. It's things like that just gets you like, man, this is interesting. And then we have the rules, which are interesting within themselves, but make perfect sense, and especially the kickoff. Because when you want to reduce high-speed collisions, you want to reduce the risk of concussions and other injuries on the kickoff, here's how we're going to do it. You're going to stand 5 yards apart on the opponent's 35-yard line, and then the only person that can move is the kicker and the returner. And nobody can move until the ball is on the ground for 3 seconds or the ball is fielded. Then it's free game. But then the players are so close together that any collision is not high speed, it's not full steam ahead, and it's not a big impact thing. And it also makes for great opportunities for big plays. And so that's why I like the kickoff, and I give them an A+ for it, especially after seeing it in action. What I don't like is the punting rules because I don't really like. It seems anti-punter. Like the league just seems really anti-punter. It doesn't really like the idea of punting footballs, but it's also a key strategic part of the game. I don't like the idea that if I punt out of bounds, it goes to the 35. I think that's penalizing me for doing something I kind of have to do. But Marquette King, that guy kind of mastered it. But and then you have the extra point, which I actually kind of like. I actually do like the extra point. If you want a 1 point, you go from the 2-yard line. If you want 2 points, you go from the 5-yard line. And if you want 3 points, you can get a 9-point possession. You can go from the 10-yard line. And so I find that extremely fascinating. Right now we're seeing coaches kind of play it safe, do the conventional thing. Let's get 1 or 2 points. Let's not go for the home run just yet. But as the season wears on, I think we're getting a lot more 3-point attempts because it's just there. It's tempting, and I know a lot of people want to do it. And so my overall impression of the XFL is a good one. I really enjoy it. I'll definitely be watching next week. I'll definitely be getting some DC Defender tickets because they're right up the street. And I think I might be a DC Defender fan because, I might have to go hometown here. And I'm tempted because my boy Ty Rosa, Boise State University kicker, nailing 55-yarders out there, representing Boise State well. And I might have to go Might have to go with the DC Defenders. I mean, it's a 2-for-1. I'm from this area. My boy is there doing good things. And so I'm really, really tempted to become a DC Defenders fan. But for right now, I'm just enjoying the league. I'm watching it. I'm going to watch every game this weekend as well. I like how they have it on Saturday. They have it some on Sunday. They split them up equally. I like that. They're at good times throughout the day. They're not too early. They're not too late. And so you can really watch the game. And the games they're so fast paced that it's not going to take up an entire night to watch the game. The game starts at 5. I mean, you're going to have some time to do some things before you go to bed. And so overall, my initial impressions of the XFL is very good. I love it. I think it's great that we have some spring football. And unfortunately, the AAF couldn't do it. They fell in some financial hardships, unfortunately. But dealing with Vince McMahon and the XFL, we don't really have to worry about that. And if the ratings say anything, they're going to be just fine in terms of financial security. And so be sure to go check out the XFL if you haven't. And if you do, let me know what you think about the XFL down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think that you like, some things you didn't like. Like for me, I don't really like the punting rules. So let me know some things you don't like. Let me know the things you like. Something you might want to see the NFL adopt. I really, really like the on-the-field interviews. I just can't see the NFL doing that. But let me know down in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.